Susu and welcome to my review for the latest Sims 4 expansion pack for rent. Thanks to the EA Creator Network for giving me a code for the game. Appreciate it. I like to start out by looking at the creator sim that comes with the expansion pack. So with Sims 4 for rent, there comes a range of clothing that you would expect to see for Southeast Asian culture, kind of clothing and fabric that you would want in a humid area. Actually, I'm pleasantly surprised. I don't know if I'm so much surprised, but I am quite happy about the amount of stuff for masculine frames. That is definitely something that's been improving for the game lately, so I'm very happy about that. As well as a range of clothing, there are a range of different hairstyles and accessories. Overall, the creator sim I quite like. The colors are really lovely. I really like a lot of the patterns. Again, the Southeast Asian inspired stuff is just really good. It's really nice to see other cultures in The Sims 4 that aren't, America or Europe, and America and America and America, and then maybe a little bit more Europe. So that's really nice. I think that you can kind of see in the textures that the fabric is just perfect for the humidity. Just overall, really, really good. We also have a collection of items for children, toddlers, and infants. Hairstyle wise, they have the same as the older Sims. I'm really happy that the Sims have started doing that a while ago. But the amount of items for children is more than I thought it would be, but it's always nice to see a little bit extra there for each age and gender frame. Just and it's cute. It's cute. There are also a few new traits and four new aspirations. As with any new expansion pack, we come with a new range of build and buy items. The build items, especially, but overall, the pack is inspired heavily by Southeast Asia, due to the New World being Tomarang, also inspired by Southeast Asia. Wonderful colors, the patterns and everything. I really do like this build. Buy. We also have a few items for like building apartments. You've got some more grungy wall things to make your stuff all grungy. And overall, I do really quite like this build buy. I think it's I think I'll use it a lot, to be honest. When starting gameplay, you have the option of either becoming a tenant or becoming a property owner. I wanted to be a property owner. I had been building an apartment for the last month. I wanted to be running it. That was the selling point of the pack for me. Was running the the rentals basically. So I grabbed the apartment block I'd been working on and used the system to make sure it was working properly and got right into the gameplay. The UI that you use for the tenants is actually, I find, quite simple to use. You have the one tab where you can just have a quick overview of each of your tenants' properties, the star rating currently, and then you can look in individually for other details. Other than that, running a property has a lot of challenges. You need to be keeping up with the maintenance. They'll call you for any maintenance issues, but you can also go and preemptively go and check and do inspection and maintenance of their different equipment. So things like the ovens and the TVs and whatever other equipment that they might have on their property. If you don't treat your tenants so well, they will cause a revolt. And let me tell you, revolts happen quite easily. My sim had only owned this apartment block for a day when the tenant revolt started. And I'm not entirely sure why. In the first week, she had 3, and she was trying to be a good property owner. So being a bad property owner seems like it would be quite a challenge, actually. But revolt happens, and you just talk to your tenants, and you try and get it sorted, and yeah, maybe everything will then be fine. Okay, so we have our first maintenance thing. It's a sewage leak. So let it come over here. There's a toilet issue. Yeah, see? So we need to repair it, flush it, be done with it. You can also hire people to do it, I believe. You could also replace it for $2.30. But let's repair it. So because we did this has become 5. We've got 5, see? Unit rating changed. One of the best ways to get out and see this new world of Tomarang is the night market. It is in the neighborhood of Morensong. A lot of decorative stalls that you can't do anything with, but 4 stalls that you can interact with. So there's one that has accessories, and you can unlock a couple of the new t-shirts from here, and you can buy some of the tassels, which is one of the new collections. You can buy some marbles. And then the other 3 stalls that you can interact with are different food stalls with different Southeast Asian cuisines. The night market feels a bit empty for what it is. I can't help but think of The Sims 4 City Living and the Spice Market. I think because it's so spread out and yet mostly just empty, it looks nice. But I think that's a flaw with the world overall. It looks gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. I really like the world of Tomarang. It looks really nice. It is, barring The Sims 4 Get to Work, it is the smallest world to come with an expansion pack, with only 2 neighborhoods and 9 lots. So it's disappointing. It also comes with a couple of rabbit hole lots that you can go and explore. There's a temple, and there is also a tiger sanctuary. And then also you can go find a cave that you can go have a rabbit hole adventure in. much like the cave that came in with Solani and Chestnut Ridge. It's nice little things. You can donate to the tiger sanctuary, or you can adopt a tiger and you get a tiger plushie, and But overall, it's just gorgeous world. The world is so big, and yet there's very little in it that you can actually do. I find, other than the rabbit sanctuary thing and then the 9 lots, I just expected a little bit more from an expansion pack world. And you have to swim so far to get to the secret cave. So far. The cave can introduce you can find things, and I think there might be a little lore about the world that you can find out through it, but I just don't know if that's enough to help with the disappointment I have about the world in general. And you only really need to go to the temple once. It just gives you a little pop up about taking your shoes off. And Sims that are child of the village have that whole, yay, I'm connected to my culture thing. There's been issues in The Sims before where the world has been really pretty but lacked depth. And I feel like Tomarang is one of them, which is quite disappointing. The night market feels very empty, and the rabbit holes really are just one and done type things. And it's quite a small world. Only 2 neighborhoods in the world is that's a game pack level world, maybe. Um, I just it doesn't it doesn't quite feel like enough, especially when it is the only world we have uh, based on Southeast Asia, based on a large, you know, that's a lot of countries all to be represented in this one world that ends up being quite small. So I feel like that's a little bit disappointing. I know some people would say, but we have the multi-dwelling lots, so we're getting uh, a lot of you can fit in more people in the world, even with only having 9 lots. But City Living, putting that one out there with Samai Shuno, has 4 different neighborhoods, 5 if you can include the Central Park. Uh, Many of them have multiple lots. There's all the apartments that came with it. They're a lot more restrictive, but it's a much larger world, and the markets that came with it feel a bit more alive. Uh, so yeah, I think I also know they need it to work on lower end machines. So I don't know. Maybe there's a balance there. At this point, I'm not too sure about the size of the world and the scale of it. If you instead choose to rent rather than own, it's actually pretty easy to deal with any potential issues. You can call your property owner and have them deal with it. You can also fix things yourself. Uh, you know, property owner. Also, paying rent is pretty easy. You pay it as you would pay your bills. You can pay it at the same time. You can pay them separately. It is all covered. So I wasn't aware how many different emergencies there could be, but there can be a few. And bugs, that's that's a fun one. Yeah, that that's certainly a fun one to deal with. We called the property owner in the end. Another challenge that can come with renting or owning, or I guess on any world, on any property you put the lot challenge on, mold. It's a problem. Uh, it will start out only as like allergenic mold. Uh, you can clean it up, get it dealt with. It won't be a problem. If you keep the property clean, it won't be a problem. It takes a while for it to become a problem. I had to cheat dirty plumbing to make the toxic mold appear before he got his molditis thing. Uh, but, then it ends up in death. Fun, fun, death. And then we get into another gameplay aspect introduced in this pack, which is secrets and spying and all sorts of stuff. You can eavesdrop, you can snoop around and find all sorts of things to find out people's secrets. Sometimes you're just around someone's house, they're in a different room, you snoop in their bed. Yeah, eavesdrop at their front door, you hear them say their secret. Their silly secrets, their Sims 4 goofy secrets. And then, once you have some secrets, you can choose to confront these people about their secrets. And once you have confronted them, you can either say that, yeah, I'll keep your secret for you, or you can blackmail them for some money. Along with that also comes breaking and entering. You can break and enter to find secrets, but I think if you have the kleptomaniac trait, it could certainly bring some new fun. Just go steal your neighbor's property. It's fine. Just go steal the couch. It's fine. It's not fine. It's like a little mini event, basically. But there are lots of different ways to find out the secrets of the Sims around you and use it for your advantage. The new pack also comes with 2 new kitchen appliances, a pressure cooker, and an electric kettle, which I am really happy about. I'm a tea drinker. I use the electric kettle all the time. A pressure cooker is great. It brings new food options in, it brings new drink options in. Having hot cocoa in The Sims 4, I love it. Tea options are great. Coffee options, pretty good. I don't know. It just makes me happy, okay? I play with a lot of Sims families, and so I'm always happy when new things are introduced for kids. And with this pack, we get marbles, which are something that your kids can actually collect. And they can play and trade for marbles. The other thing they can also get is hopscotch, which brings so many nostalgic memories back for me. Watching them do that little hopscotch thing there. They can fail, they can succeed, they can have fun, and they're hopscotching away. Overall, I think the pack has a lot of great new things to really elevate your gameplay for The Sims 4. I love building in The Sims. This is not new. But I have in the past built things like townhouses and apartment blocks, and to be able to now do gameplay with it, like proper gameplay, is really, really good. I imagine there's going to be some great builds out there. There already are, of different people making some really amazing things with the new system, with the new items. The gameplay is fun, and I think also it brings a nice little bit of challenge that sometimes The Sims 4 is lacking. So I am overall really quite happy with this pack. Of course, there are some little downfalls, like the world. Um, I will admit that I was a little bit nervous about bringing in a new gameplay system with the game because we know how that can go sometimes. But it actually runs pretty well. It's quite easy to do when building. It can get quite laggy if it's already a residential rental and you've split it up into units. So I've had to, and I've told other people also, that you've got to do all the building that you want to do first and then split up into units last, because otherwise you're going to be in lag hell. Hopefully that's something that can be improved on. I didn't really have any major bug issues. Others may have. I'm not sure. But I haven't, and I haven't actually seen of anyone else having any. So that's a positive thing. Overall, I'm quite happy with this pack. I wouldn't say it's my favourite Sims 4 expansion. But I do think it's up there as one of the better ones that we have gotten. Anyway, that is my look, review, overview, whatever you want to call it, of Sims 4 For Rent expansion pack. Name could be improved. That's a terrible name. Sims 4 for rent. No. But everyone else has already said that, so what can you do? Get to rent. Sims 4 Get to Rent. Sims 4 Rental Living. I don't know what they could have called it. But going Sims 4 for rent is... Anyway, that is all for this review. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Dag dag! Why are these 5 people just dancing in my moldy bathroom? What on earth is happening? What are they doing? I'm so confused.